Here at Granite Builders, we love talking about new home construction, especially things like concrete, plumbing, framing, electrical, and we love talking about interior design trends. Things like new colors for front doors, kitchens, bathrooms, even windows. So, we also love talking about home ownership, the importance of it. Today, we've decided to do this. We're taking our two favorite boards, Monopoly and Scrabble, and we're going to show you why we think the importance of home ownership is the way we should do things today. All right, so guys, which one are you playing first? That one?
Ooh, Scrabble.
It actually evolved from the New York newspaper, from this idea of having crossword puzzles.
Now, Lonnie, my favorite word on this board here is interest. Is it true that we can get some of these houses starting at 1% interest rate?
Yes, Mike. The program we're going to talk about today actually starts with an interest rate at 1%. In fact, most of our customers in these days has an interest rate of 1%.
So what's that make a monthly payment, roughly?
Yeah, we're going to start in the $1,100 range, $1,150 range, and it's going to float between $1,150 and maybe $1,600 a month. And that's a PITI payment, which is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. It's the whole deal.
There's my first payment right there. $1,150.
Okay, we'll take that.
And this is less than rent than what you're saying.
It is less than rent in most cases, yes.
When think about it, this is a house for $377,000. We can do a lot with that, guys.
Yes, we can.
And my word was memories, because for me, growing up as a child, the first home I remember living in was a USD home in Heber Springs, Arkansas. We used that program even back in the 80s.
And I can go back before that. My grandma took advantage of this program in Bluffton, Indiana in the 1960s. Her payment back then was around $200.
That's amazing. You know, when we usually talk about tiles, we're talking about pretty bathroom, tiles in the master bathroom on the floor. Yeah. When you talk about Scrabble tiles, did you know all the Scrabble tiles produced ever, if you laid them out side by side, 50,000 miles. That's how many miles it would be.
I got a couple miles at my house at least, but it's never fear because my dog loves to eat them.
Yeah. Well, they say there's over 1 million tiles that are missing throughout everyone's games total.
I believe it.
And there's over 150 million games have been sold in 121 countries and in 29 different languages.
Wow.
My word is equity, for sure. I love that people are getting equity. Instead of just throwing away money, giving your money every month to somebody else, you are giving your money to yourself. I love that.
Lonnie, one time we calculated how much someone had paid in rent just over the course of 5 years.
I remember that.
And they started crying and realized that if they'd have put that in the house, that it had that as equity.
Right.
Now, like Scrabble, Monopoly began back during the Great Depression in 1935 as well. Now, the goal of Monopoly is kind of like the goal of life. You want to be financially solvent. So you want all the money, you want to own all the properties. Now, in Monopoly, you want your neighbors to go bankrupt. We don't want that.
No.
I just want Luke to go to jail.
You're in jail right now, right where you belong.
The interesting thing about Monopoly, there are literally hundreds of different versions of Monopoly. We even have a Mario Kart Monopoly right now, which I did not even know existed until about an hour ago. And they do a lot of them with different cities. The interesting thing, though, is Monopoly, the original board was set up based off of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Now, like Monopoly having all the different types of boards that they have, we build these homes in all the different areas around the community of Northeast Indiana, Northwest Ohio, and Southern Michigan. So we have Churubusco, Columbia City, Roanoke, Huntington, every place you can imagine, just like there's Monopoly boards.
I think we have some of the streets that we're building on right now, like Park Place.
Right.
We've also got Tennessee.
I got Park Place, I've got Boardwalk, and I've got myself in jail.
Well, now Monopoly is a huge game in my family, and every time I am the race car, I'm a huge car guy. I think everybody should have a garage that they can protect that car in. And let's be honest, we live in Indiana, so we have tough winters. You don't want to be scraping that ice or shoveling the snow off of your car. Now, with Monopoly, there are 40 spaces on the board. 28 of those are property, 22 of those are the colored ones, 4 are the railroad, and then the last 2 are utilities. Nobody likes paying utilities, but if you build with Granite Ridge, your utilities are going to be probably less than what you're paying now because we are very energy efficient.
True.
Now, when I play Monopoly, I want to try to get as many of the houses and hotels as I possibly can. There's 32 houses and 12 hotels, but with Granite Ridge, when you're building your custom home, you have an endless amount of selection options to be able to customize for your floor plan, your design selections. You are not limited to just a few pieces on the board or just a few selections for your home. You really are getting a true custom home for your family.
Okay, guys, We've got about 30 minutes before everybody else gets here to start the show. So you guys have 30 minutes. You can play a little bit more, or
I brought
you can help
this.
me set up.
When did you ever have a Monopoly game
I
last?
brought one just for you.
Granite Ridge Builders is excited to present to you our affordable new home tour.
Visit us this weekend, Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 5 at one of our many locations. The number one reason to come out though is financing. Find out how you may qualify to own a brand new home for monthly payments less than your monthly rent.
You're gonna see custom builds, you're gonna see wonderful decorating, awesome staging. These houses are for you. Visit our website at graniteridgebuilders.com for a tour book for this free event.
Welcome back. Today's show is one of the most important shows that we do of the year because we're going to be talking about affordable living and how you can stop renting and start owning. And in a lot of cases, you're going to own this house, total mortgage payment, for less than what your rent is going to be. And you're going to own a house. You're going to have your 2-car garage, your open concept. You're going to have your backyard. You're going to have 3 or 4 bedrooms. You're going to actually have a home for your family.
A lot of people say that's not possible. Some have said it's too good to be true, and it does seem to be too good to be true, but it's true. And this program's been around since the 1940s. My grandma took advantage of it. That's where I first heard about it in the 1960s. We used to meet at her house in Bluffton. We had family reunions down there. Her payment was under $200 a month.
We can't do that though.
But we're not
we
far
can do
off.
good, but
We're
we
not
can't do
far
that
off.
good.
Yeah, my family has taken advantage of the USDA financing 2 different times. Once as a child, it's the earliest memories I have are living in a USDA 502 direct home, and then as well in the where my family has been currently bringing home 2 children to my USDA guarantee home.
And we've had several other Granite Ridge employees, family members, friends that we've sent through this program. We believe in this, we trust this program. My Uncle Steve, who you've seen on the show, drumming a handful of times. Lonnie, you got him through this program. He's got a great home and a great place to call his own. Now, when a lot of people hear affordable housing, sometimes they think cheap or not well built. But that's not the case here. The reality is you're going to get a Granite Ridge custom built home with the quality that you've come to know and expect from Granite Ridge. It's going to be designed how you want it, how it fits your family. It's a place that you can call home, and you design it so that way it works for you. Your landscaping, your front yard, you can make this the home of your dreams.
You've heard it said that real estate is the best investment for the last 200 to 300 years. This is it. Why not start now? Again, for 30 years, if you keep making your payment, you are going to have a savings account worth $400, $500, maybe $600,000. We've been doing this program Lonnie and I have been doing it for over 40 years. Almost every single person that has sold their house, talked to us again, they've had $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in equity. If they would have been renting that whole time, they would not have that. That's why we are so serious. And we don't have that many loans that we can do this with, but enough for most people. Please, you have to give us a call. It's a limited time because it might run out sometime, but at this point, why not start home ownership?
And again, these are brand new homes, so your investment's going to be protected under a warranty. Some of those warranties last a lifetime. And then not to mention, you're not going to be moving into something that's going to require a lot of maintenance. The maintenance is going to be very minimal. You're not going to have to dedicate a bunch of time nor dedicate a bunch of budget towards maintaining or be stuck in a constant remodel.
Now, what I love about this is that you're going through the Granite Ridge process like every single homeowner that goes through the Granite Ridge process. You are picking your selections. You're picking your flooring, your cabinets, your countertop, your lighting, your exterior colors. Everything is exactly how you want it to be designed, as well as your floor plan. We have so many different floor plans that every day I'm creating a new floor plan for somebody based on their needs, which is so exciting, and it's great that we get to customize this for every single person.
When I came to Granite Ridge, I had no idea it was going to be so rewarding. It's rewarding to put anyone in their home, but with this USDA program, it is very rewarding because a lot of times it's people who never knew they'd be able to get into a home. Maybe it's somebody that's older that's always been renting, or I've had a few people who were older widows who thought they would never be able to be in a home because they were in a widow situation, or a younger couple with a brand new baby who thought they were too young to be in a home. It really is. People have cried, and big shocker, I've cried.
I've cried a lot of tears.
And a new home brings so much security. We have so many people who come in and they rent, and every year they have to make a decision. Do I re-sign my lease? Do I extend it? Is my rent going to go up? Where am I going to move? But with a new home, you're in it. You don't have to make that decision every year. We also have people who come in who do own a home, but it's not right for them. Maybe it has a lot of stairs or repairs that they just can't make. A new home with this program is an excellent investment, and like I said, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. So we do have people who are in situations and homes that aren't the right fit for them, and this is a great program.
Speaking of security, think of this. Most of these homes are 2-car, 3-car, sometimes 4-car garages under this program. But can you imagine in the winter pulling into your garage, getting the garage door down? You don't have to walk onto slick, snowed driveways, or the security of just knowing you can close the door, get out of your car with safety. There is so many advantages with this program. We're going to talk a lot more about these. We're going to break off into a couple segments. You are going to want to stay tuned. We're going to talk more specifics about how to do this, cost. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this.
Now, Kayla, when we're talking about affordable housing, sometimes people think that comes at the expense of quality or the expense of choices, and that is just simply not the case when it comes to this program.
Absolutely not. There's going to be so many options, and we're building this house under this program like every other one of our homes. The decorating selections are all the same for everybody. You have your countertop selections, your standard vinyl plank flooring, your siding color choices, your stone or brick choices. Everything is exactly like every house we build.
Yeah, we're building these homes to last, and we're not cutting any corners. It's the same studs, the same insulation, the same wiring, the same plumbing. Everything down to a T, no matter if you're building on this program or any other house that Granite Ridge builds.
I love how custom these homes are. It's so much fun to be able to have people come in and pick what they had envisioned for their home to be, with the help of a selection coordinator, with the help of a draftsperson, and we do this process with you in our custom 10,000 square foot showroom, and you see all these selections in one place, so it's not overwhelming. And that's the other wonderful thing, is a lot of people come in saying, I don't know if I can go through this process. It seems like there's a lot of choices to make. There are, but it's so much fun because you have help doing it, and the confidence to know that you have professionals guiding you along the way.
Right. A home to people can be so many different things, right? We've got people working from home now. We can set up the house to be able to work from home, be an office and a home. We've got people who have got, lots of cars, right? We can have those 3-car garages. So there's just so many ways that you can put your own personal touch on every one of these homes. You've got to come in, check it out. But not only that, now you're moving into a brand new home. We mentioned this. There are warranties attached to the home. So you can be rest assured when you put your head on that pillow at night that things are there to last and you're backed by a warranty. There's very little maintenance. Every home has maintenance. That's part of being a homeowner. But very little maintenance. Everything is new. You're not going to have to dedicate a bunch of time or money to be fixing up and maintaining that house.
And you can get some really nice features for your home. You can get a lot of square footage. We've done some 3-car garages. You can maybe get in a basement depending on the area you're living in. We have 4-bedroom homes, ranches are 2 stories, 2.5 baths, so many different options. You can even do a fireplace with this program. So you have wonderful features. You can have your mantle with your stockings for Christmas, and it really is something that is so much fun to be able to be a part of.
Well, for more information on this, go to our website, come into our front door, any of our model homes, just get in contact with us. We'd love to talk to you about how we can make this program available for you.
Well, besides financing, one of the biggest questions people have is location, location, location. Where do you have homes, and where can I build my next home?
And Elizabeth, we have locations, we have lots in the most desirable areas all around Fort Wayne. We're on the north side of town along Gump Road, Huntertown area. We have lots out southwest. We're up into a villa. All the surrounding areas that you could possibly want to be building in, we have lots.
We have a lot of new subdivisions that we've developed, and those would include places like Woodburn. We have Southwest Allen County Schools. We have Northwest Allen County Schools, and we're all the way up in the Ligonier, New Paris area, along with Warsaw. So there's a lot of great locations to build your next home. Now we have spec homes available as well in these areas. So if you're looking for something that's already under roof, you don't want to start from ground zero and build up. We do have homes that are available, and these are listed on our website at graniteridgebuilders.com. But for example, we have some that are available out in Woodburn. These have 3-car garages, they have verandas, they're on ponds.
Some of the most beautiful landscape packages that we've seen installed in quite a while as well. And these homes are in every different stage of the construction process. We have some that we've already started building. We have some that are move-in ready. So wherever you're at in the process, we have a home that could fit your needs. Now, Elizabeth, you started to mention schools a little bit. What sort of school districts are we building in? What areas?
Well, for example, we have Southwest Allen County Schools. We have 2 large subdivisions there that qualify for this program, Bentley Cove as well as Cedar Grove, and we have spec homes available there.
Yeah, and some of these lots that we have out there Southwest are the most amazing lots that I've seen in quite a while. We have some very deep, wide lots. Backing up to ponds, they're just beautiful views out there.
And then we move on up north to Northwest Allen County Schools. We have Hunter's Reserve, which if you haven't been out there is booming. We're putting in section 2 there, and that is located really close to the high school as well as the elementary and middle school. And then East Allen County Schools. We're excited that we have some new locations coming there as well. We have Oakland Reserve underway, and then out in Woodburn, we have Ashler Point.
Yes, and like Elizabeth said, some of these lots are flying off the shelves. Contrary to what the media wants you to believe, we are still selling a ton of homes. So if you would like to see these lots, get in contact with us. Call us, visit our website, call Elizabeth here, and she will help you through the process.
And just a reminder, these locations all qualify for the special program, 0 down, low interest payment. Any of these locations we've discussed today.
So Tony, let's talk specifically about the guidelines for qualifications for this special finance program.
The special finance program is really unique. What we really need to look at partially is credit score.
Right.
Also, they're going to be looking at your household income.
And basically, if you're in the 30-something to 80-something $1,000, we're talking about per year income, talk to us, you may qualify.
If you qualify, this is where it gets into the good stuff.
Yes.
Because now we're talking rough number, $377,000 home for as little as what could be $1,335 a month.
I think it's actually a little bit less than that, but you're close. But yes, we're talking about payment range of $1,100 to maybe $1,500 per month, PITI. We're talking about a program that requires 0 down, a true 0 down program. It's a 33-year fixed mortgage rate. The maximum rate is 4.5. That's the maximum.
Max.
And most of our people are starting at 1% right now.
You know, Lonnie, it's very interesting. You said PITI.
Right.
Stands for principal, interest, taxes, insurance. And a lot of people forget there's the 5th element of a lot of house payments, and that's the private mortgage insurance or the PMI, right. And that's gone in this loan. They don't have it, right. Period. So that's another savings. So for that $377,000 house that we're talking rough payment, $1,400.
Mm-hmm. That's close.
If you were to get a normal loan with that house today, you're going to be at almost $2,900.
Right.
You are saving $1,400 per month.
For this mortgage.
For this mortgage.
And the other thing that's important to know is you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. A lot of people say, oh, that's one of those first-time home buyer deals. No, this is for first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers, third, whatever you are. You can even currently own a home. We'll talk to you about how we're going to sell that home for you and get you into a brand new home with this financing.
And it's not just the 20, 30-somethings.
No.
We're talking people who are retired, who are in their 60s or maybe the 70s, and they're on a fixed income, and they're talking to these renters right now with their landlords, and they're getting letters in the mail 3 to 4 months before the lease is up, stating that if you sign a new lease now, we're only going to raise your rent 20%. If you wait till closer to the end, it's going to raise 30 to 35%. And people on a fixed income, they can't afford to have that kind of a swing. And that's where this program really can come in handy with retirees.
Right. And also we want to mention that we mentioned the 0 down, and the closing costs on this program are about 1/3 of what they are if you go out and get an FHA loan or a VA loan or conventional loan. They're typically under $2,000. That's total cash outlay to buy a brand new home.
It's amazing what we can do with all this, but the biggest part of it is We need to sit down and talk with you to go over all these numbers. I get emails all the time. Hey, do me a favor, send me some information on this. You know what? I'd love to, and I will, but the problem is we need to sit down and go over it and let us run your numbers. You can start getting all the information you need at graniteridgebuilders.com, but then reach out to us and let's set up an appointment where we can go over everything with you.
Everybody knows somebody that would likely qualify for this program. You give us a call. It may be you, it may be your neighbor, it may be your son or daughter. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about this special way to finance a home in this market.
All right, Izzy, we've been talking about this special financing program, but who is it for? Who can do this?
Well, there's a wide variety of people that this program can be helpful for, and one of them is people who are just starting their young professional careers or starting their young family life.
Absolutely. We love helping younger people. I've told you all about some younger couples that have been able to help, but also young single people. So my daughter's boyfriend, so he is definitely single and is going to stay single for a while. I mean, in his house by himself. But he was able to do it. He's a 21-year-old kid just getting his life started.
Yeah, I've got another young couple that was very happy to help out. And the thing that was so wonderful about the end of the story was then you guys may remember the Granite Ridge Gator. Yeah, well, that was in his backyard. And so, again, we've been able to help another young family really be able to solidify their future together.
So these loans are for people who are in professions like teachers. We've been able to help a lot of school teachers, ministers, maybe people who work in financial institutions. Isn't that funny? Because there are places where you could get conventional loans, but really they can't afford a conventional loan right now. So this special financing program is great for people who are working in banks and credit unions. Also for people who are working for the state too.
Yeah, it's the affordable housing option, and we're happy to bring it to you. But as we've talked about, a lot of people starting in their career, starting their family life, there are some of us who are no longer on plan A. Maybe we're now on plan B.
Plan B, C, D, E, F, that's where I am.
Well, it may not be exactly what we thought we would be in life, but we've had people who have come through the COVID crisis and really were hit financially now who are coming back and ready to kind of restart their lives and careers. Or people who have gone through divorce and are dealing with things that, again, they weren't expecting, and now we're in a situation where we've been able to help them. I've got a young family who's just moved back, and again, she's divorced and needed a new place for she and her kids to be able to live, and we've been able to get her a beautiful house. So now she's able to work from home and take care of her family in a brand new Granite Ridge home.
It's great for people who've got that restart in life. Also for people who are more mature, and by mature I mean we're aging a little bit. People who are downsizing, maybe people who are now on Social Security. That fixed income is great because you know what you're going to have every month. It really is great for people in all stages of life, and we would love to talk to you about how you can get in a brand new home with this special financing program. All you have to do is give us a call today.
All right, everybody, as we continue our discussion on this affordable housing and how this program has been a blessing to so many people that we know, people that we've helped, we want to go through a couple of testimonies, some stories that we can share with everybody to just kind of express how important this program has been for so many people. I recently, along with Kayla, we sold a home in Van Wert, Ohio to a first-time home buyer. Lonnie, you're involved in this as well. He was actually my water boy when I was in high school, so date myself a little bit here.
Water boy for what?
Football, baseball, basketball, all of it.
Again. Always comes back to football with you.
So he went to college, got his degree, and now he's teaching in Van Wert, and he's about to get married, and this was a program that he fit into perfectly. Now, he and his wife are going to be able to build a home on the lot of their choice, and they have that security. They have a nest egg that they're starting their family off with. So it was a true blessing to them. It was a blessing to be a part of that process. And I think all around it was a great experience for everybody.
I have an Eastern European family. They're actually from Ukraine, and they were here, and then the war broke out, and so they're unable to return. They are able to buy a home, and we're actually building a home for them right now up near Garrett that qualifies for this special program.
So Lonnie, can you do that without having a green card yet or anything?
You need a green card in this case, which they had,
Well, I had a friend from high school who was relocating back to the area, and he called and he said, I need a house, I have a great job, I don't have a lot of income, My wife wants to stay home. We have 4 kids and we need a lot of space. And we were able to get them into a brand new home with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a yard over in Huntertown, and it was such a blessing to his family, and his wife continues to stay home.
And this isn't a thing that you have to come ready and perfect, ready to build your new home.
Amen.
I've got a couple clients who have spent over 2 years working towards this, where they came and said, hey, this is a real dream of mine, something I really want to accomplish for my family. And over the course of 2 years has steadily worked and worked and worked and gotten through the process. And now we're in a place where they'll be able to have their own home.
So you're saying that you don't mind working with people like this?
No.
In fact, I think those people now have become one of your best friends, haven't they?
Yeah.
They do. After that, helping them for that long, it's amazing how great it has been for so many people.
And for me, I was talking to my cousin at a family get-together. He was living at Chicago at the time, was going to be moving back home, did not want to move back in with mom and dad. Absolutely not. Was a single guy at the time, was just starting out in the insurance industry, so didn't have a ton of income coming in, built a beautiful home for him out in Huntertown, and now he is married and has 4 kids, and they're still living in that house.
Well, kind of piggybacking on what Elizabeth said, I helped a young couple, and that it's so important. You're not too young. You're never too young to do this. But helped this darling young couple. They actually went to school with my daughter, and they were starting their family. And because of this program, she was able to stay home with their very, very cute little baby. She was able to stay home because their mortgage payment is so affordable. So it really is very rewarding.
One thing to keep in mind, this is not just for the young. This is for any age bracket of people. I'm working with a lady right now who's, we'll call her in her early 60s, never owned a home. And now she's buying her first home ever. She's going to be moving in just a couple weeks. And it's just an amazing thing that we get to do to help people get into these homes, whether it's their first home, their 9th home, whatever life is thrown at you. Sometimes you need another shot. Just give us a call and talk to us, and let's see what we can do, because we normally can't help you.
Well, after building houses for Lonnie and I both over the last 40 years, we have built probably over 8,000. Of that, probably about 2,000 to 3,000 of those people have been under this program, and it's probably the most rewarding. In fact, around here, we call it the beginning of the rest of their life. And what that means is people sometimes don't know where to start. A lot of them are renting, they don't know, and they want to start. They want to get into the right school district, many of those. So I've got some examples, so many of people in our own office. We have our head architectural draftsman. He started, and he didn't know what to do, came to us as a draftsman just right out of IPFW, and he said, where do I go? Put him in a house in a villa. He has since sold his house a long time ago. He built some equity, got another house, but it was the beginning of the rest of his life. Many of our people that have started in superintending for us have come to us just starting out of college, and they purchased their first home under this, and they are so much farther ahead than a lot of their friends. So we encourage you to definitely give us a call. We are more than happy to walk you through the program. And it's something that Lonnie and I both have been building on for 40 years. Your parents, when we were working with them, built on this 50 and 60 years ago. Right. So it's a true story. But I think we got to close. Kayla, would you go ahead and close for us today?
Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, please pick up the phone and give us a call. Visit our website, or even better yet, come in. We'd love to talk to you about this special financing affordable program.
Yeah, I think that everyone deserves a house like that.
Scrabble. It's actually like a board game. Like it used to be called, yes.
Crisscross?
Yes, it used to be called Crisscross.
They'll make you jump.